Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Cancer, we're doing a new spread this week, and I'm looking at your money, work, finances, your personal relationships, and your spiritual journey for yourself. And we're looking at the past, present, future, and advice for each three aspects of your life in that. And I'm going to pull out from my Animal Oracle deck. I'm going to pull out like an overall energy. For each section of your life. And then we're going to get into the tarot and dig in a little bit deeper for you. So this is general reading. It may or may not resonate. If it does, there is an extended at the end of this. And the link to that is at the top of the description within this video. In the extended, we're going to look at the blind spot in each one of these areas of your life for you. All right, Cancer, let's get started. I'm being told to pull everything out for you before I talk about a thing. So, all right, we can do that. Cancer. All right. So for your money and your finances, we have life is a mystery. Work, money, finances. So I feel like there's certain things going on in your life. Maybe financially, they could be good, they could be bad. They could be, you could be totally indifferent to them, but you really don't know how it works. It's like, I really don't understand. One day it's this, and the next day is that. Or there might be something coming up for you that you're not too sure about. And I kind of see that here because you are being asked to allow something to come to its final conclusion. In the past, you were super, super powerful in whatever this was for you. You had ownership of it. You had a lot of control and direction in it for this is money, finances, and work. And presently, you're kind of resting. You're resting. You could have been putting a lot of work in up front on something. And like, I would really see this with this Queen of Wands energy in the past, that you were putting a lot of work in on something in the past, a lot of passion, like a lot of personal drive and investment in whatever you were doing. And presently, it's kind of like, well, now it's time to take a rest. Now it's time to recuperate. In the future, you have the Five of Cups. So there's some sort of element to your work, finances, or your money that I want to say perhaps on a sense of self-reflection, because going into the Four of Swords, there's plenty of time to sort of self-reflect and have a new perspective. Because when you're in the grind like this, you don't have the same perspective of when you step out of the grind. So I'm kind of seeing you stepping out of the grind right now, getting ready to do it at least. Excuse me. And then in the future, feeling a bit of disappointment. And your advice is to allow something to come to a final conclusion. Your advice might be to travel away from something, to move away from something. It might almost seem like the universe is asking you to do this, to close something off that hasn't been working out for you. At least when you get into the future, you're going to have a different perspective and think, you know what, this is not working out. I have a feeling I need to close this off, or I just need to let this go in the direction that the universe seems to be trying to take it, because I have no idea at this point. Life is a mystery. This is one of those cards that does tell me too that you're going through something. It's kind of like moon energy. I'm sort of surprised that it's not here in these cards. Definitely getting ready to go on a new path for yourself. Now, in your personal relationships, you have let it shine. So this kind of feels like, if something in your work or your money and your finances is a little bit disappointing as you move forward, even though you've put an awful lot of investment into it, I kind of getting the feeling like then direct your energy to what really is shining. Your personal relationships are shining in a big way. You've got the Sun card sitting in the past. You have the Knight of Swords. And then in the future, you have the Knight of Cups. And your advice is the Three of Cups. So you're being advised to, the hell is that? Oh gosh, it's my landscaper. He never comes on this day. I don't know why he's here. The grass isn't even cut. So the lawnmower man is here. It's kind of loud. I thought it was a helicopter. So you never know. Maybe you never know. Things are going to change up. That's interesting because he's here on a day that he never comes. So he's throwing me right off. So it's almost as if, like something might throw you off in the future, I think, with work. But here, in your personal relationships, it really looks like you had clarity. You've got some sort of clarity here going on in the past. A wish fulfillment, a really happy feeling that you want to bring forward. And I see that's what you want to do here with the Knight of Swords. You really want to bring this forward. Your mind is telling you, I'm going to go with this. And then in the future, it almost transforms into your heart taking the lead on it with the cups, going from the Knight of Swords to the Knight of Cups. So I see you kind of taking the lead to want to move forward. And your advice is to reconcile. Your advice is to take those cups and have some fun with it. Go out and celebrate with people that you have reason to celebrate with. Have a good time. Have a few drinks, whether that's water, grape juice, fruit juice, wine, beer, whatever. Just hydrate and actually there's a lot of hydration energy here, to be honest. You might be doing something in your personal, like maybe just getting out with friends. With the sunshine, I'm gonna have to talk loud because I don't know how strongly he's coming out over the microphone, but the sunshine, like this was your past and let it shine. So if you're feeling really good about your personal relationships now, and this could be like romantic, it could be friendships, it could be family groups that you have around you, you go with it. If you've got a good idea, go with it, follow through with it, and take the lead, like in a really emotional level here. Follow your intuition. And even if it's an energy, I don't know that it's reconciliation. It could just be getting together with friends that you haven't seen in a while. Because sometimes we say reconciliation, there's some sort of energy in the past that was sort of poor and trying to correct that between a group or you and yourself and a group. But this feels more like just maybe time away. So coming together again with people that you haven't spent much time with. Your spiritual journey, you have clear out the clutter. It's the main theme for your spiritual journey. You have the Justice card in the past. Presently, you have the Fool. In the future, you have the Ten of Wands. There's the clearing out the clutter. That's where it sits in the future. So your main energy here is talking about the future for you here. Your advice is the Nine of Pentacles. So this kind of feels like things that you might be carrying around. They're a little bit heavy. You've come to something has brought, there's some sort of balance that's come into alignment for you for your spiritual journey. So I feel like you have in the past, it could just be a couple days ago, a few hours ago, a week or a month ago. Usually it's a little more closer than a month ago. But I almost feel like you have walked onto a path that is a new beginning for you. And it's kind of something that you're meant to do with the Justice card, and you're following it. Presently, you're taking some leaps of faith here. You don't know where it's going to lead. This is a cautionary tale here. To clear out the clutter, because presently you are the Fool. And the Fool is a great energy. It's one of the best energies. It's dynamic, it's open to experience, and it's a little bit of a risk taker. But there is a caution here for you, because look at this. He's about to step off the cliff, and this dude cannot see where he's going. He cannot see the steps that he's taking in the future. So there's something that you are still carrying with you that has got to be offloaded. Your advice is to become very singular in terms of your spiritual journey. There might be some hang-ups that you have, some hang-ups from the past, because you've taken a new path here. So you've explored elements of yourself on a very deep level, and you've kind of taken them to the point that you can take them. And I feel like that's coming to balance. That's great. That's wonderful. And now you're going on to a new journey here. There's going to be new experiences for you moving forward that I don't feel like are meant to have much relationship to things from the past. Because the Ten of Wands isn't something that you picked up just now. It takes time to accumulate the Ten of Wands. It takes time to invest in certain things and people and places and concepts over a period of time to accumulate that. So clear out the clutter is the main theme here, because you've got a path here. There's something that actually seems to sit between you taking a new journey here in your life, and then having this sort of like your self-sovereignty. This is like the single card, but it's also a sense of sovereignty, because this person is in charge of their finances. This person is in charge of their physical surroundings. They're keeping themselves and the world around them pretty healthy. And sort of, because it's a spiritual journey, I want to say not allowing outside sources to influence this, particularly if these are negative. So I want to actually, I'm going to clarify this Ten of Wands for you, because that is in the future. There's something heavy here. You got to let it go, right? And it's interesting because your advice up here with money, finances, and career is the world. So your advice is to allow something to come to some sort of conclusion. In the future, you have the Ten of Wands. Whoa, okay. This is, you have the Three of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Two of Cups. This is a heavy message. If it is pretty much like, if you've been hoping, this might be a it could be a reconciliation with someone. Maybe it depends on how that's reconciled. Because the Three of Wands is kind of looking out and hoping for something. The Three of Swords is a broken heart with the Two of Cups. So there might have been someone in your past that you had a pretty deep connection with. Like it felt like a very spiritual connection. I don't want to say that it wasn't. But you're in the future here is a heavy burden of this. And your advice is to stay singular. So there could be an energy that comes towards you that you're expecting that might be coming back around like a little bit of a boomerang. Or it could be something that you have even maybe been hoping for. In your personal relationships, you are being advised to have some sort of reconciliation here. Now, if that is with this same energy, I don't know. Could be, maybe not. But if it is, I feel like this is to me more like a friendship card, a celebration card. So let's look at the Three of Cups for your advice. The Three of Cups for Cancer's advice in their personal relationship. The Page of Wands. Okay, this seems like pretty like easy breezy communication. I think your advice is to keep things pretty cool. To keep things, allow yourself to be driven, like your own personal drive here and how you want to communicate to connections around you, but keep it pretty simple. Keep the communication pretty simple and easy and breezy. Like, right, that's what this is. It's kind of easy and breezy. Your advice here is to keep things kind of on the fun element with perhaps not too much expectation. Because in the future here, I do see in your spiritual journey, there, and it may not have, because we're talking about spiritual journey, it doesn't have to be like a lover, a romantic connection. It could even be something that you've been invested in. Maybe it has something to do with money, finances, or work, because I just see both of those have some sort of conclusion here. Let's look at what the conclusion is for the world. The World card. Oh, it is a conclusion. It's the Ten of Swords and the Six of Cups. So definitely closing something off here, allowing something to end. With someone from your past. There may be if this has something to do with money and finances, it could have something to do with a romantic connection and you were connected to them through money and finances, and this is coming to an end. In that is to allow that to come to an end. If this has something to do with work, because we're getting like some cups here. Like in your future, you have the Five of Cups, and the advice, part of what you're letting go here is related to Six of Cups. There's a sense of nostalgia, people from your past. There might be something that you are going to walk away from in terms of work, that you may hold some sort of emotional connection to it. Like you did have emotional investment in this, but it looks like you're being asked to kind of close, allow it to close. It doesn't seem like you're being asked to force anything closed. When your advice with the world, I kind of feel like things are playing out in a certain manner that will negate this happening, will help this will actually happen, this world card. So it's to kind of allow it to go, like not to fight the process. That's probably, yeah, the best way I would describe it. Not to necessarily fight the process. Let's look at this Nine of Pentacles. Your spiritual journey here, your advice is to really, on some level too, because there's so many elements of your life I'm looking at, like these, all elements of your life can bleed through, which is why I kind of like doing this, because it kind of gives me a broader perspective. If you have been working for others in the past and you put a lot of yourself and a lot of your own creative influence in this, and in the future you are feeling a bit of an emotional disappointment, this could even be linked to work. Like maybe if you've been feeling it, it might be time to do something on your own here, like more of an entrepreneurial energy. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles. He's gone now. I don't know what he's doing. There's nothing to cut. So funny. I think he was here like 3 days ago. I don't know. It's the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, your advice is to be singular because you're about to build to something good and big. You've got the Three of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles. You got to drop something here. There's something here. This is, I want to say, I'm probably going to name the reading this. Like, this is the most important element of this reading that I am seeing for you, is to clear out some sort of clutter here. And that could be clutter of the mind, clutter of the hope, of the spirit, of the soul here. Something that broke your heart in the past. It felt like everything and anything to you, and you've been hoping for it, but to clear it out, let it go, because there's something even bigger for you in the future. You're going to take your singular energy and you're going to add it to something that you're going to build on with others here, and it's going to be big. It's going to be like the biggest thing you can get with the Pentacles, the 10. A real abundance, real prosperity, a real foundation. Kind of, it feels like a real unbreakable foundation. This feels like combining energy in a really awesome way. It's all Pentacles. It's all real. That's what I want to say. It's all real. You know, I feel like the Pentacles to us show up in the tarot to talk to us about the real stuff that we can get, the real things that you can do right now. All this energy that's sitting on this table, actually, in fact, this is the only area in your life where you have Pentacles. Because everything else, I can be looking at this and saying that this is your emotions and these are your feelings and these are your thoughts and this is how energy is working around you. But at the end of the day, we're all three-dimensional. We're all having a three-dimensional experience. And how are you investing in that? What are you getting out of it as well? That's what I see over here. So there could be emotional investments that you are being asked to clear it out. Clear out these emotional investments and allow yourself to see the path, because you're not meant to be going off at any cliffs here. You're meant to be going towards something really big and strong. Really big and strong. So, I'm just looking here to see, like, okay, presently you have the Fool. Let's see if there's any cautionary tales about that. It kind of feels like, because you have an open mind here with the Fool energy in terms of where life is going to take you, where you're going to take yourself, it does feel like that, well, the first step in that is leading you towards something that hasn't been looked at. You just got to leave this behind. There's something in this little satchel that's got to come out. It can't go with you on this journey. So what is this Fool? Presently, the High Priestess. Yeah, you're walking towards something unknown here. Oh, something unknown. Boy, something unknown and immovable. The High Priestess, the, what's that dude's called again? The Hangman, and the Four Pentacles. You know what it feels like? It kind of feels like there's a perspective that you have about yourself or where your journey might be taking you. And I think there might be sort of thoughts or experiences from the past that are still kind of clinging to you a little bit here. Because this feels pretty immovable with the Hangman and the Four Pentacles. Like, that's not moving. But the universe wants to get you moving here. So in the future, you're going to have to allow something to go. I feel like it's going to be painful. But it's in your best interest here. Because it's not serving you. And it's almost like it's what keeps you, it's almost like glue stuck on your feet. That's kind of what that feels like. What's this Justice card in the past? Wow. Look, it is glue stuck to your feet. The Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. Maybe that's what we should call this. It's like glue stuck to your feet. Yeah, emotional distance. Mental anxiety even over distance. Feeling like options are limited. Maybe not even so much feeling like options are limited, but not seeing the biggest option that is meant for you here. There's a pretty big option. Advice to really grow something astronomically. But you got to get the glue off your feet. And I do feel like, too, it's removing any sort of expectation about what might be coming to you, what might not, and allow it to all go. It's a real, like, brand new mindset. Freeing the world into being. Well, you have two kings at the bottom. You have the King of Swords. And the King, oh yeah, the King of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. I do see a sense of removing yourself from something. And then here you have Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being, and Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. Yeah, and the small things too, like this mouse energy can make me kind of feel like perhaps you're seeing things on a smaller scale, or seeing yourself on a smaller scale than how you really should be, or that you actually will be in the future. There's some sort of concept here to let it go so that you can actually dream your world into being, like something much bigger than what you have now. But you've got to drop any hopes that you had for yourself that are based on the past, because the past is smaller than where you're going to be in the future. Oh my God, this just got loud, and I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done anyways, Cancer. So thank you, guys. I'm going to wait for him to stop blowing. I don't know what he's blowing because I don't think he got anything. And then I'm going to go do your extended. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.